Hi, so a few updates. So when I started this, I started just releasing short little clips, if you will, on my stories on Facebook. I've also shared those on Instagram. I'm going to try to go back and put the actual videos, upload them to Instagram and Facebook so you can access them there. I've also started a YouTube channel and I've placed them there. I'll try to put the links in if I can get all that sorted out. But it's Rainbow Spectrum Life is my channel, and Rainbow Spectrum Life is also my Instagram account. And then on Facebook, it's Rainbow Spectrum Consulting, because that's primarily where people will probably contact me through Messenger or through my email account, which I have linked on there as well. I've tried to put in description and links and information so you can easily access these different avenues of media for you to find these videos if you would like them. My point with doing all of this is to try to increase awareness, to try to help those out there in whatever level you're at, whether you're an educator and you know some about autism, you've worked with kids with autism, whether you're a parent of a child with autism, whether you're just somebody that's like, what is autism? Any level out there, I want to increase awareness, increase knowledge about autism and understanding of it so that we can be a more inclusive community and society about those with autism. It's a very complicated disorder. Some people are open about their diagnosis, some families are open about the child's diagnosis, and some aren't, and that's totally okay. Everyone has to make that decision for themselves. My husband and I talked a lot about this before we shared information, and we took a few months after my son was diagnosed to kind of get our ducks in a row, if you will, and figure out kind of how we wanted to share this, because it is a very personal thing, and I had to, as a mother, realize I want to share this information with others so that other families struggling with this know that they're not alone, and I wanted to be able to try to help them and encourage them through that. I needed to network. I needed to reach out to other families who had been through this and were a little farther down the line than we were to kind of help encourage me. And then, of course, the education aspect of it, of finding more resources. If you are very secretive about your diagnosis, then sometimes it's hard to get the connections made that you need so you can gain those resources and get access to that. I also wanted to be careful about the fact, in sharing all of this, that my son someday may see these videos and understand what all I'm talking about, what they mean. My son may understand the gravity of his diagnosis. I assume, I hope he will someday. I think he will. But I did not want to do anything that would ever embarrass him or belittle him or make him feel inferior. And so I have always tried to be very careful in that when I talk with others, of course, especially if I'm recording and posting this on social media. But I felt called to share this. I felt called and led to share this information and to help others with these situations, but to do it in such a way as not to embarrass my child and not to embarrass others with this disorder. And so even though when it's diagnosed, it's always a lot of negatives, as people say, it's deficits. What are you behind in? These are things that we talk about. And so with autism, there is a lot of no, they're not meeting this milestone, they're behind here. It's all this negativity, if you will. And so that was one avenue that I really wanted to be careful about. And I'm sure I do use the negatives, if you will, in that. And sometimes you have to say they're just not meeting this norm. They're not meeting this standard. And that's why we need to work on that. But autism is a beautiful thing. My son has a beautiful mind, and so many others that I know with autism have a beautiful, gifted mind. And sometimes it's just trying to help them find a way to express that if they choose to, if they want to express that with others. But my goal was to always give my son the resources and the tools and the support he needed to be as successful as he wanted to be. And so that's why I've done all of this. That's why I'm making this publicly available and easily accessible. I will eventually, I've uploaded one already, but I will eventually upload a little bit longer videos that are a little more detailed and more targeted with information sharing, instead of it just being an overview. It'll be a lot more focused. And hopefully I will also upload some longer trainings, like a course that you would pay to take. And I plan to have that available for parents for a lesser fee, and then have it available for like educators where they can get CEUs for it as well, because I am able to do that. I have the credentials to do that, and I want to be able to make that affordable and available, because I know a lot of people can't afford to pay extra for a lot of these things, and it's hard to find someone that has that information and it's not just coming off of Google or a mommy blog. And that's where I feel like I have this unique perspective, because I have the research base, I have the education base and background, and then I have the mom perspective too. So I hope that these videos are helping individuals to understand more about autism and feel more open about asking questions and looking out there for research, and just gaining some insight in this amazing disorder. It is a disorder, if you will, and there are challenges to it. But like I said, there are many, many positives, and there's a lot of wonderful things that I think have come out of individuals that have this disorder.